The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning. How do you stay in the loop when you might be away from your PC or your Workbooks CRM system? Hello, my name is Tim Wilmot. I'm joined today by my colleague, Peter Johnson, and my company, Wizard Systems. We're a leading independent CRM solution supplier of systems like Workbooks, and we aim to help organizations use simple solutions like Workbooks to improve their sales, marketing, and customer service productivity. So we're all working from home now. Normally I would wave across at Pete on the other side of the office, but we're all working from our home locations, as indeed you may be as well. But thanks for joining us today for this very short Workbooks Hangout session, where we've got a continued series of workbooks, regular workbooks presentations, short workbooks presentations. And I thought we would start by focusing on things that you can do with workbooks during these current times, things to keep active with, things that you may not be aware of in workbooks that are particularly relevant during these times, or getting ready to when activity levels will increase. So this call would be about 10 minutes or so, just an overview of, well, we're covering alerts and notifications basically on this call to, as I say, to keep you in the loop when you may be away from your main CRM system. Alerts and notifications. My company, Wizard Systems, we offer many other extensive training options should you want to explore those with us during these times. We'd love to hear from you. The audio part of this presentation is one way only. If you've got any questions, please type those into the question box on your meeting control panel. I'll do my best. We'll do our best to answer those at the end of the call. Also, at the end of the call, we'll give you an update on the Workbooks product news. This call is being recorded as well, so after the presentation, you will get an email from our system with a link to the recording, which you can share with your colleagues, and we'll most likely pop it up on our YouTube channel as well. Okay, so let's get started. Just as I normally do, a very brief mention about us. I know most people on the call are very familiar with us, but we're a long-standing CRM solutions provider, independent solutions provider. Workbooks is one of many solutions that we provide. Workbooks is probably the most popular system we do supply. And of course, we can also provide any service that you may require around it to help you get the most out of the workbook system. We're very active with Workbooks, the Workbooks product line. And indeed, these series of webinars is testament to that, to make sure that you are getting the most out of your investment in Workbooks. We are still operating our help desk. It's business as usual at Workbooks. Even though we're working at home, we're using the technology. All our systems are cloud enabled, so we can pretty much operate as per usual. So help desk is there for you. Should you need us, query or question or walk through, whatever you want to know, please contact us. I'll reiterate our contact details towards the end. Okay, so I'm now going to hand over to my colleague, Peter. As I say, hopefully.
Hi there.
Yep, Peter, I'm just going to show your screen now.
Tim, yeah. Okay, great. Okay, thanks, Tim. So good morning to everybody. As Tim mentioned, it's just a quick visit to a couple of areas that I find are a little bit useful when out and about, perhaps queuing at the supermarket or maybe doing some gardening. I don't do any gardening whilst I'm supposed to be working, Tim. So if you are out and about, maybe accessing on your mobile phone, have access to your emails and so on, it's a good idea to change some of the preferences so that notifications come across to your current location, wherever that may be. Obviously, Workbooks is cloud-based, so you can access this via your PC, laptop, mobile phone, tablets, and so on. So you would just access Workbooks in the normal way using a URL. You'll notice when you do go on via your mobile device or your tablet, you may see the end the URL changed slightly, but gives you access via that device. So what I'm thinking here is, if you are or you're not in Workbooks, it's a good idea whenever you're getting any communication or jobs to do or reminders for yourself, then it's worthwhile taking a look at your preferences. Now, normally a notification would appear within Workbooks. You've probably seen this pop up with a little bell icon here, and you can dismiss them and snooze them and so on. But what you can do as well in your preferences, remember, if you go to Start and Preferences here, you can change the location of where you get those notifications. So if I scroll down here, down to an area of my preferences for notification and reminders, it's this first one really is the one that's worth pointing out today. So here you can change what you're viewing and how you view your notifications. So there's one here, pop-up notifications on my desktop. That's probably the default one that is available on your system, and you'll notice that what you're getting is your notifications within your Workbooks desktop area. Well, that's all very well if you've got it open, you're sat in front of it like I am now. However, if you are on the move, you may want to receive any notifications via email. So that would go to your email address and give you, I'll actually show you one in a moment, a notification on email. We've got pop up my notifications on my desktop and send them via email. So that's going to do both. So either way, wherever you're looking, it will appear, but you'll actually get it in both locations. I quite like this one here. Send my notification by email if I'm not logged into Workbooks. That's a great option, because if you don't happen to be logged in, or you haven't got a signal for some reason on your mobile device, then it's going to send you an email anyway, and as soon as you have availability to see those emails, you will see that in there. And of course, I'm not quite sure why you wouldn't send notifications, perhaps you're on some kind of silence, but these notifications are really useful, and I think certainly if you're on the move and in the current situation, you might do one of these three here, where you're also sending them via email. And what that actually means is that if you have some notification, be that a system notification or something that you're doing, perhaps if I'm going to schedule a task, so if I log an activity here, please follow up. Yeah, now I might do this for myself, give myself some notes to be able to remember to do and when I want to do it. Now I can set a reminder here for myself, so I can click this box and it'll send me a reminder on that date and time, and of course that notification will come through based on those preferences that we've just had a look at. But also, if you're doing this for somebody else, so perhaps like us, you have people that are taking the primary call from somebody and you want somebody else to follow this up, I could very easily pop a detail in here and actually schedule this for somebody else. So here I'm scheduling this and assigning this particular task to Alison. Maybe I put the contact name in here. So I want Alison here to call or contact Helen, the person I've just located in here. And if I do this assign to, whenever I schedule this, so if I save and close this, Alison will get the notification. Any time that you use the assign to for somebody other than yourself, that person will get the notification. And of course, if Alison happens to have that set to her email and she's stood in the queue at Tesco's, perhaps she's going to get that notification straight away via an email. I'll show you what that actually looks like. I've got one here, I think in, so if I go to this one, this is a typical notification via email. within Workbooks. So I've got this, I click my email via Gmail, and here you can see the type of information that's going to come across. So you get the event here in terms of the subject line of that, or the topic of that particular event, and you also get some notes. Also, whenever you get this as an email, so if you are collecting this via your mobile device, there's a hyperlink on the item itself. If I click that, it will navigate me straight to that particular event. So if you then want to continue, you can use your phone fields. Remember, if you are on your mobile device, you could just click this phone icon and it will start dialing that number straight away. So again, just makes it more efficient and easier to move around the system when you're on the move. And remember, this does render itself nicely on your phone, so you can see that detail. So quite a quick visit to those couple of areas. One, just to review that, in the preferences, you go to the reminders section and change how you're getting your notification and reminders. If you are scheduling any activities at all, so if I go in here to a task, I'll go back to my demo one, sorry about that. So if I go in here to a task and select to schedule a task, your notification you will get if you set yourself a reminder. If you're scheduling this for other people, set the assign to, and those notifications will go out according to that. Okay, so quite a quick visit. Anything else you want to add to that, Tim? A nice simple visit to those options.
No, nothing to. I mean, it's as I say, this is the first in a series of different topics we want to cover during this time, and yeah, it's please stay tuned for more information on future topics coming up. Let me just...
Yeah, I'm trying to keep these short and sweet, and just little snippets of information that are quite useful.
Okay, so we've got time to answer any questions on this. So, of course, you can, if you do have any further queries after this call, you can contact us via our support address, support@wizard-systems.com. Our help desk is as per normal. But if you've got any questions, please type those into the question panel. So first question from Stefan. I noticed that you have more task types available on your system than ours. Why is that?
Oh, yes. So if you're not aware, Stefan, we can actually add and customize little screens and then template them on the screen. I'm going to just grab the screen again, Tim, if that's okay, just to show that, because that's quite a useful feature. And it, again, helps you make you more efficient. So I think what you're on about is these number of tasks here. And when I go into start, new, and task, you can see there's a whole lot more in here. The task one, the to do, you've probably got tasks, phone call, a to do type task normally out of the box, but we've added some of these others just to help it along and make it quicker. And all it does is change the standard screen so it's quick and easy for a user to add those details. So for example, if I maybe if I go to a record, let's go to Helen again. So I'm going to go to Helen here, and you can see from the main tab on Helen, we can go to new, and I'm going to choose this project activity. So it's just like a task, but I've got a whole lot more fields that I might need to fill in. So this might be a particular project I go and pick on. So this is a standard pick list looking at system information on cases here. I'm going to put site visit here. And it might be that we're tracking within the system maybe chargeable hours and how many miles and expenses that we had through that. So the chargeable hours was 6 hours, and I might have a rate of, I don't know, £10 per hour. Yeah, and it allows us to put this in really quickly and easily. And you can see these extra fields are just because this is a type of project activity rather than if I just schedule a normal task here. It's got the standard fields in and those extra fields aren't available. And I'm sure we could arrange some help with customizing the screens and creating these templates at some points if you do need to do those. And you can see there's some really useful ones that we have in this demonstration. One here, all sorts of survey response, customer success, project, supplier. This is a GDPR one, so exactly the same. So if there's a GDPR request, I can go and fill in that supplier assessment screen. Okay. Hopefully that helps, Tim. Any other questions there?
One more from Tanya. Do notifications also get sent to members of a queue?
Yes. So if you are using queues, now in that demonstration I showed the assign to, and I assigned a colleague there. If there is a queue generally has members, so users, a team of users, they will all get the notifications. So for example, if there's an urgent request, you could push that out to perhaps a queue called customer care. And then everybody would get that email and can negotiate the way through the system, take ownership of that particular task and do it in that way. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, hopefully that answers your call, Tanya. So I don't think there's any more questions coming through. Any late questions coming through, we'll answer those separately via email. Just to keep you in the loop with Workbooks, stay tuned with the bulletins that come in. You may be subscribed to those, but you can check out the bulletins when you logged into Workbooks to get the latest information. There was one actually that came out about a week ago that just giving a little bit more information on up and coming releases. We're assured by Workbooks that everyone there at Workbooks, they're based in Reading, everyone there is working from home as well. The system is very resilient, and rest assured, again, from Workbooks' point of view, it's business as usual. As regards training, if you do have some downtime, maybe it's a good time to consider getting up to speed, improving your skill knowledge when things turn back to normal and you want to actively use your workbook system, maybe in more proactive ways. We were doing a series of workbooks, mastering workbooks training courses pitched at a higher level. This was at our Bristol training base. Obviously, we're now moving that online, so we're going to be running that as a number of separate sessions, so stay tuned for that one as well. So thanks very much for attending live this morning. Those that are attending live, if you're listening to a recording or on YouTube, please contact us for any information about Workbooks. We do hope to present a number of different topics, during these current times that are relevant to your use of Workbooks. If you've got any ideas yourselves, please email us at Wizard Systems. So I am Tim at wizard-systems.com. Peter is obviously Peter at wizard-systems.com. But thanks very much for your time this morning. Hopefully that was of interest to you. You might have picked up something new that you didn't know before. That certainly is the objective of these short calls, which we run on a sort of fortnightly basis. But thanks very much for your time, and we'll speak to you soon. Look forward to hearing from you. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.